Hello, hello, everybody. I think I'm live. Sorry, I was just reading. Crescent Moon, you are hilarious. I love that. Better than Sherlock Holmes, Inspector Clouseau, and Columbo all combined. Well, I'm in good company with all three of them. I love that. Thank you for your sense of humor. And hello, everybody. Hello, Zen friends. Happy Saturday evening or Sunday morning if you're on the other side of the world. Welcome. Hope you're having a great weekend, enjoying this beautiful emotional flow of the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse that's coming tomorrow night. So exciting times, exciting energy. But we'll talk more about that maybe as we get it. We talked a lot about it this morning and last night at the beginning of those sessions. If you want to kind of talk more about that, it's just a lot of energy flowing with Pisces energy. But let us go ahead. We'll bring in with the singing bowl some beautiful love energy from above, as we like to do at the beginning of the sessions. We'll take a big deep breath to start off, which will bring us back from the future and out of the past into the moment, where we can have gratitude, thinking of one thing that we're grateful for in this moment, and sincerely thanking the Creator for it. That opens up the conduit of receiving, which, if you're in the United States, I don't know if it's too late yet, 1,800,000,000 Powerball tonight. So it's almost one of the biggest. Uh, so you might have a life-changing experience if you do. I'm not encouraging anyone to purchase anything for liability reasons, but hey, there will be signs if I win Powerball. Anyway, but we can have gratitude for what we do have in this moment, and I am so grateful. And that opens us up to receive from Spirit, also immediately raises our love vibration up to a higher level. Um, and Yeah, it makes us just a magnet for receiving beautiful things. So we'll do that. And as I'm hitting the singing bowl, you can imagine just that beautiful love energy flowing in and pulsing out into every area of our life, mental, emotional, energetically, and physically, and filling up our lives and flowing out to the outside world to allow it to do whatever it wants to do out there. So if you'd like to join me, start off taking a big deep breath, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable. Do not pass out, please. And so here we go. Big deep breath in. Come back to the now. Beautiful. All right, here we go. I'll hit it 3 times. So get ready. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful energies. Always love that. Thank you for joining me in that. Put our beautiful singing bowl back here to just take a look at stuff. Watch over us, right? So welcome everybody. Hope, like I said, hope you're having a great weekend full of amazing awareness of the amazing moments that are going on around us, right? They're always amazing. Just our human has a hard time seeing through our beliefs to see them as amazing. I know it's part of our adventure. So enjoy whatever we're choosing, right? If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. I'm brudda-zen. It's Crescent Moon Zen. I was thinking it could be brudda-Z, third eye, private eye. But welcome. We've got a great group of Zen friends full of huge hearts and obviously great senses of humor, which are two things I say are always great to have in our human adventure. It makes life much easier as a human if we do. If you want to find out how the whole process works, it's all down in the description box of the video. But quickly, the donations get first priority. I step out of the free readings, dive deeper. Free readings generally get 1 to 2 cards. Donations, we dive deep into the tea factory. The best tea reading is Crescent Moon. I love that. So we dive deeper into those as well, pulling more cards. So you can make a donation using the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. Also list my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. And I don't have any set dollar amounts, whatever you give from your heart. I know everyone's cost of living is different across the world. The rate of exchange is different from country to country. A penny somewhere is dollars somewhere else and vice versa. We get it. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. After the end of each session, I do post a pinned comment listing all the readings completed with timestamps. So if you come back later to find your reading, you can see your name if I got to you, and then you can click on that. That'll take you directly to your reading as well. I'm going to try something new. I finished all the readings earlier today, so I didn't have to do this yet. But if 2.5 hours in, I'm on for 3 hours. If 2.5 hours in, I haven't touched any free readings, I'm going to pause donations. I know. And then do 30 minutes of free readings and then pick back up on donations. I always complete donations the same day. Even if I have to leave and go rest and come back to finish them out, I will do that. Sundays are special that I always come back on in the afternoons to finish out everything from the morning session, including all free readings. So trying a little bit of stuff here just to try to, honor my individuals who can't, make donations. I want to be able to at least get to some each session. I'm going to try that. We'll see how that works. It's me, brudda-Z, always trying something new. Anyway, so let's get into it all. I'm going to be using these Psychic Tarot Oracle deck for our readings this evening. So I'll be doing that. And if you make a donation, 1 per person per session, you also get a fortune cookie, which tonight's fortune cookie comes from Trust Your Vibes by Sonia Choquette. So you also get one of those. So fun. All right, so let's get into it. Let me just take a look and see where we're at here. So I do have a few donations. Up first, we'll have Crescent Moon ×2. Then via Z Cash App, I do have Sean G. And then via Z PayPal, we have Maria P. And then we'll come back to Miss K. So that's where we're at right now. Let's see what we got going on here. So I hope you guys are enjoying this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy. I have a Pisces moon. So I'm both used to the energy that's coming out, but it's also very extreme. A lot of dreaming, a lot of emotional energies from our subconscious coming up, taking us into our dream world and our subconscious world to review things that have been stuffed down there that are ready to be transformed, especially with a full moon. It's about releasing and ending of things. eclipse season is all about endings and beginnings too. So I hope you guys are hanging in there and grounding yourself and holding on for dear life. Okay. Well, let's get into it. First of all, a little cheers for the tea. I think I have some extra vitamin C drinks. Yay. Good for the body. Yum, yum, yum. All right. So, crescent moon, let's dive in. Let's get your timestamp first. We have 11:17 for you. Let's put that down here. Cheers. All right. So let's give your first one a love and a like here. There it goes. So, deep diving read on the ADD Sagittarius for today, Sunday, and next week. That's funny. Oh, thank you for the reputation. Well earned and deserved. Wow, you're so sweet. All right. So, let's take a look here. So, on the Sagittarius for today, Sunday. That's right. Today is Saturday, isn't it? Sometimes it feels like Friday. Sometimes it feels like Sunday. I don't know. Must be this lunar energy. All right. Come on, focus in. Sagittarius for today. What can we know about them here for today? No, they don't have any of those. What's going on? Let's shuffle these again. Let me, before I go into their energy, let's shuffle the cards. I feel like that's what happened. So the cards just started going all over the place. I'm like, whoo. Let's slow their jets for just a moment. Wowza. Okay, here we go. We'll go in a bubble so we are aware of their energy, but we don't have to take it all on, right? All right, there we go. All right, so for today, for Sunday, okay, like this. We want that underneath the surface. And then for next week, let's see what we got here. All right. Got that. And that. Those, all right, for next week. Ooh, all right. We'll see what we got here. Oh my God, they're pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. Fertility coming in here. Which is their overall energy, which is about self-nurture, nurturing of oneself, creation, wanting to be creative, wanting to bring something new. They're ready to escape from the tyranny of the emperor and the hierophant and want to be free, running as the empress does, naked through the forest, saying, screw the rules. Better than screw the squirrels, right? Whoa, we just went somewhere. But so that's the overall energy underneath here. So let's see what we got here. What's their energy for today? Oh, wow. So we've got the Six of Wands, which is victory and success energy, and the sacral chakra too. Sacral chakra energy, the orange chakra, that which has this it's the energy of like dealing with the other, one other, root chakra is groups, solar plexus is our with ourself. So the middle one is how we deal one-on-one with people. And today feels like a victory of dealing with one-on-one with people. It doesn't feel romantic. It feels like I felt like I was in the zone today. It's like if whatever they interacted with people, I feel they came out of the situations feeling like, yeah, I did really well. Things were really good. They left energized being around people, which is very Sagittarius. Sagittarians tend to, depending on the rest of their chart, of course, we're all different soups. But Sagittarius fire energy tends to be very people related in a way. They like learning about people. They like travel. They like learning about foreign places, traveling foreign places. Very adventure energy. And this feels like a successful type of energy today, where they just feel good about their interactions with others. But again, it wasn't a romantic energy. It was more like friends or hanging around in a group, or the clerk at the grocery store, and then the clerk at the what is this? Oh, the liquor store. I was like, what are you showing me a vodka bottle for? Like, liquor store, and then this, maybe they're getting ready for a party tonight or something, but they feel like, I'm ready. I'm ready. They're in this energy of, I'm ready to mingle with people and have some people contact, some fun people contact. Feels like their energy for today. That's good. I like that for them. Yeah, it felt like they were going to the grocery store getting chips and dip, and then going to the liquor store and getting the beers or the wine or whatever they're going to take to go. But I feel like they were going to some sort of gathering, is what it feels like. And they're ready. They're ready to forget everything else and be in the moment. So this feels good for them. For tomorrow, after the hangover, I'm just kidding. We got Emperor energy coming in here. I like that. It's about stepping into our authority, being true to ourselves. What do I want? Really feeling, there's like this sense of feeling in control of their life tomorrow. Let's see what this underlying energy is under here. Yeah, the base chakra. Look at the root chakra, dealing with people and groups. So it feels like tomorrow they're just like making some decisions, feeling like they're leading a group tomorrow. Are they going to group therapy? Hey, it wouldn't hurt any of us to go to group therapy, but I just feel like they're in charge of a group, some sort of excursion. Tomorrow, it just feels like there's this, again, this one is more not so much one-on-one today, where they're really looking forward to having like really good conversations. Tomorrow feels like, again, leading a group. Are they hiking? Are they doing something where they're leading people to, let's go with this as a group, go do something. So I feel like this weekend feels like very much about the external relationships with people and doing fun stuff and getting outdoors, getting out. Tomorrow feels like getting outdoors, or at least getting out into something that feels outdoorsy, maybe like in a coliseum, something where it feels very open, like it would be the outside world. But it can be like if I go to a sports event, the stadium can be open, of course, but could be a covered stadium, but it still feels like you're open, right? That's what it feels like tomorrow. It just feels very leadership type of energy going on here. Also, a little bit of the emperor going, I'm getting out of my head on my supposed to's and shoulds. The root chakra is also where we face our fears. So I feel like they're doing a bit of that there too. All right. And then next week, let's see, we got 3 cards up top and then some tea underneath. So let's see what we got here. Got accelerated motion with the 8 of Wands. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Um, I like this. It's just like, it feels like energy, 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 which is usually theirs, but this feels almost focused. Whoa. Yeah, we got death and rebirth, transformational energy coming in next week too. Action, action. And that kind of stood out to me as, when you see a shooting star, you make a wish, and it's like a dream, wishing upon a star. Feels like there's an ending and a beginning in relations to that. Yeah, and a tower card. Whoa. So there is a bit of sudden with this 8 of Wands, sudden change that happens here. We'll get the T underneath here in a sec, because I know we're going, well, what is it? What is it? What is it? Right? But let's see. Let's just, before we get the reveal underneath here, it doesn't feel like a bad thing. It's almost like if you have an old condemned shack out back that's insured, but it's got rats and it's got termites and it smells and the roof is leaking and caving in. And you really, there's a wasp nest in in the corner. You're just like, oh my God, I don't even want to go in that thing. And then during a storm, the tower, the lightning bolt hits it and blows it up and catches it on fire, and problem solved. Now there's this empty space of ash that the insurance guy comes out and goes, all right, well, that's covered. Here's your cash. Now you can put in there what you want. It's that kind of removal of something out of our lives, a death and transformation of something out of our lives that it needed to go anywhere, right? So it's like boom. But I like this. It's the suddenness with both the Tower card and the Eight of Wands, this movement, this removal of something out of their lives. We'll see what the something is down here. Is it a person? Is it a situation? Is it a job? Is it what is it? We'll take a look here. So we do have, like, underneath the Eight of Wands is the Eight of Swords. This trapped feeling where they've been feeling trapped in fear, where, our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are really the only thing that can make us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small and worthless, and all that other small t truths that are rooted in the fears, all this opinion we were given from the past that make us feel like we're nothing. There's something that changes. One is this mindset. We'll see more of what it is, but it would be like what I'm kind of like, the flash that I get is like, if I went out on a limb and applied for a job that no one would believe I would ever get, and they're like, "We love you. We'd like to offer you the job," and you're like, "What?" Like, they were like, "What? Really?" They're surprised. They got bold, and it would be like they got bold and went for something, and then going, all right, well, that was that. All right, moving on. But then, or I guess they call still phone calls, right? I guess they don't sound like that though. Ring, ring, or whatever ringtone you have. Beyonce's put a ring on it. Is that what happened? They're calling and they're like, we want to put a ring on it. We want to give you this job. And they're like, what? No way. And so I love that. I love that there's whatever this is this week. So I feel like at least part of this is that something that they didn't think they could do comes to fruition, and it lets a lot of these fears and these thoughts that you can't do this get blown up like by a lightning bolt, because I did it. Now you can't do that. I just did it. Oh, well, maybe we're wrong. Yeah, maybe you are. What else are you wrong about? They start questioning these thoughts. Wait a minute. This thing that you thought could do no wrong, and these little self-criticizing voices, suddenly you're like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. So I feel like that's a piece of it. Let's see what these other cards here. The next one, intuition. We got the High Priestess. There is this going away energy, going up into the temple, and High Priestess temple, right? Connecting to higher realm, seeing things from a different perspective, looking at what's going on behind the scenes, and diving deep into their own emotions and their own awareness. And that actually is under the Death and Rebirth card. So I feel like, but these two really next to each other feel like a transformation, feel like suddenly just something clicks and they see themselves differently. But this feels more like work, um, work or life focus, not so much like a relationship focus with that. And now we have the Tower card. We have two cards under the Tower card. So the way this has been unfolding, it looks like it's related. So these two are related to the Tower, right? Dun, dun, dun. You have like the mysterious thingy here. So we do have the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground. I will shine bright. I will not dim my light. I will not ask permission to shine. I will not defend what I want. I will be me. I'll be my authentic me, and I'm going to shine bright. Yeah. And then the Five of Cups, movement of emotion. It's emotional loss. So it does appear that there is a loss of a person. So that's why it felt like it's two things happening at once. One is this whoa, and it's getting rid of mindsets, and the other is like this separation, this loss, this change. Someone has moved out of their life that has been feeling like a block for them. And I'm thinking, I'm sitting in here, is it because it feels like it's done for them. So it's not a ninja assassin or anything like that. It's something takes the person away. I don't think it's death, even though we got the death card here. Because it doesn't feel that extreme. But it is an ending energy. Like a job takes someone away somewhere else, an opportunity takes someone. It's like the thing that allows someone to go, you know what, there's this opportunity in Europe, and I'm gonna go do that because it's an opportunity of a lifetime. I don't expect you to go with me. In fact, I don't want you to go with me. I feel like we were ready to kind of go our separate ways anyway. So I'm doing that. And I love you. I had a great time. It's been wonderful. I've learned a lot. I've had a thing, but it's time. It's time. And it feels like that kind of energy if they are in this, but there is this change. Maybe it's not Europe, but it's a fantasy. I wanted to do this. It's like far enough away where it's not like an hour away where we could still maintain a relationship kind of energy. It just feels like there's a final put a nail in the coffin kind of energy that comes in with that. Interesting. We'll save your fortune cookie for number 2 here. So number 2, interesting. I had no idea. I know, right? So thank you for number 2. We'll continue here. So an energy check on Sagittarius taking actions towards you in September. When will their first communication be? Also, in the last reading, Spirit mentioned something interesting. The current energy has changed in respect that you'll no longer be accompanying them on their business trip the last week of October. Is this because someone else will be traveling in my place instead? No. Yeah, that wasn't. Oh yeah, and that makes total sense. Because I feel like they get a new job opportunity, and they're switching jobs. So it's like whatever business trip they were going to do now, they're not going to be going on it anymore. So that's why it's not there to go on with. They're bringing back that a lot of your contact in the beginning, right? It was going to be text and stuff because they're going to be traveling, interviewing, getting training. I just feel like they're going to be doing something new where they're going to be in and out of town and very, very busy with this transformation. And so they're, a lot of being able to text and talk on the phone, but not see each other in person. And then when you see each other in person in the beginning, it's going to be in town. And then I feel like eventually it was going to be something more, hey, let's go do this kind of thing, right? I think is what they're bringing back to me. But we'll take a look here. All right. So let's take a look here. Energy check on their actions towards you in September. All right. Okay. I do want this. Let's move this over here. This here. All right. And just confirm. Can you just confirm about? Well, let's look at what was the change because of the job. Just confirm what they were channeling, just so we can see it in pictures. That helps our human. That's what thing, I could say here and just channel messages from spirit, but our human likes to see pictures. It can somehow, it helps the message get in here, um, and just anchor it. So it's interesting, right? Let's see what else. What else about this Sagittarius towards you? I feel like when's the... Can you tell us a little more about the communication and kind of progression here? Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. All right. So we do have Ace of Swords on the bottom, which does confirm new communication is still in the cards. Literally, that's coming in here. Yeah, and then we'll look at this other stuff here. So just their overall September, their actions towards you in September. Yeah, they have that death and that rebirth coming here, this transformation, right? And then here's the magician card, the ace. Well, the ace. It's like the ace of all the major arcana, right? It's new beginning energy coming in here. Endings and beginnings. Literally. They are going to be a bit, like they're saying here, a bit involved with all this ending and beginning, big transformational energies here. If they were living with someone, they're also going to be looking at somewhere else to live because this person is leaving, and so they need to... It's like even their residence. My residence needs to change. I'm getting a new job. I gotta fly somewhere for training because it's almost feels like it's a sales, not a sales job, but like a sales rep or a regional manager. It just feels like a very big thing of like, it's something that they really wanted to do, and it's great money, but it's traveling a bit, which is their Sagittarius energy. They're like, oh, I get to travel and do this and do that. So it feels like that kind of energy. But I feel like the month is very busy. It's taken a new life of their own. We'll see what happens here with the communication with the 3, 2, 1. But it does feel here with the Ace of Swords, there will be contact during September. I just feel like it's going to be like small pockets here and there. It's not going to be like, hi, and, chatting all the time kind of thing. At least at first. Let's see here. So the business trip, is it because of the new job? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the wheels of fate are turning here. And accelerated motion. Yeah, the 8 of Wands energy. So that's the card they got for that. Isn't that amazing? I love Spirit. They're just like, yep, their wheels of fate are turning, and the 8 of Wands is that what they got for their next week. It's because of this that it's not the trip anymore, because there's a change of job kind of energy that comes in here. All right. Well, let's see what happens here. For the progression of your communication, it's 3, 2, and then 1. Got the solar plexus energy. Ooh. It's that stepping into our own power energy. Lover's card, harmony card coming in here. And the crown chakra. Wow. Some amazing energy coming in here. I feel like there is this... yeah, you're like, ooh, dun, dun, dun. The crown chakra, of course, is how we communicate with spirit. I feel like part of this connection, especially with the eclipse energy that we've got going on, is the veil is thin, but we also have expanded energy. Pisces, which takes us into the spirit world. I feel like you guys, if you're not dreaming about each other, I'd be surprised. I feel like you're meeting each other in the ethereal, like your higher selves are going, hey, and you're going, hey, and you're already interacting on a higher spiritual level in that ethereal realm. I feel like with the crown chakra. And then you have the solar plexus, which of course is our relationship to ourself. So there's this balance between this that's coming in. But the Six of Cups, it does feel like it starts off reconnecting, like we had talked, I think, about before. And they're going, oh my God, there's so much going on in my life that I want to tell you about. But it's crazy, crazy busy. But I want to tell you this one thing. And I just want to say how you're doing. And next time I'm back in town, maybe we can grab a coffee or something. You're like, oh my God, yeah, da da da. It feels that way, but it feels like this energy of you're an important relationship in my life. Um, even when, you know, I've been acting all flaky. You're like, I don't disagree with that. You don't have to say that. But so I feel like it starts off there, and then it goes here to the Five of Wands. Yeah, the got obstacles and challenges, and we knew that. We have the Eight of Cups, the emotional withdrawal. So it's complicated, of course, in the beginning, because I feel like they're still separating. They're still going different directions. They're letting all that go, those emotions and stuff go. So it is a little bit of this um, challenging energy in the beginning, and that makes sense. You don't want to be a rebounder or whatever. I don't want to be that rebound person. You do your stuff right. Very good. Yeah, so you've got this, and it's like understanding that, yeah, it's going to be a little bit quaky and shaky in the beginning. But just understand that's part of the clearing out. And yeah, I don't want to be that enmeshed in someone's life when they're doing all that stuff. It's best just to stay on the. Do you remember what was his name? He had the crazy hair. Gallagher. Was it Gallagher that used to? He had a big sledgehammer and he would slam and kill watermelons on stage, and everyone would have plastic in the front rows because all the stuff. It's like you just want to stay back here under the plastic while the happens. And then once it's done, show's over. All right, now you guys can proceed on your adventure. So I like that. Which brings us down to card number one. The first one, which is triumph and victory with the wheel, not the wheel of fortune, the chariot. Do-do-do-do. There you are with your banner of winning. And it's the power of choice card in here, but it very much brings in the energy of that victory and movement energy. Then things, like we said, do move forward and move in those directions. So I like this. It does feel like, of course, things have pushed back a little bit from where they were going to move, but it's like a little bit of delay in the beginning is so helpful in the ending. Yeah, Gallagher, right? It almost looked like I forget his name. The other guy that had big curly hair that would make fun of songs, do his own little songs, but he had a big bald spot on his head. Gallagher did. So I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now with all this energy. But it is eclipse season, so it is a big shaking. So it's about, seeing what unfolds here. Let's see what we got for fortune cookie here. Whoa, okay, not all those. What else? What else about the Sagittarius? What can help with the Sagittarius? Or just what we need to know. All right, I do want this one here. And we have Good Vibrations. There's another song. I've been having songs play in my head all weekend. It's like a 80s jukebox playing, good vibrations. That's probably even before the 80s, actually. But card number 44, power number 44. So pay close attention to what you are listening to. This activates the intuitive skill of clairaudience, the ability to tune in to subtle energy in life, including your higher self, angels, and guides. With this intuitive awakening, however, comes more responsibility. Be selective in what you listen to. Exposure to dissonant, negative, toxic vibrations and people will drain and agitate you. This type of energy overwhelms the nervous system, putting you at risk of becoming sick and depressed. So, to protect your spirit, surround yourself with the most harmonious sounds, people, and energetic vibrations possible, and communicate love, compassion, humor, acceptance, and forgiveness yourself. Step away from soul disturbing noise the moment you hear it. Turn off violent TV programs and negative talk radio. Refuse to gossip or engage in harsh or critical conversation with anyone, including yourself. Your spirit is sensitive and is affected by what you hear more than you realize. Immerse yourself in loving energy, and your intuitive skills of clairaudience will greatly increase. Listen closely. Ooh, I like that. Beautiful energies. Good vibrations. What a beautiful card there. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So thank you so much for your dual donations. How exciting. Cheers to you again. All right. So up next, we do have Sean G. Let's grab your timestamp here. There you are. And thank you for your donation via the Cash app. And your question here. Oh, it was actually in it over here. Sorry. I was like, so how does N feel now that you are speaking? All right. Let's take a look here. How does N feel now that you're speaking? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So there's the progression energy here. We'll see what this is below the surface. Yeah, we do have the Eight of Pentacles energy on the bottom, which is positive movement forward in the physical world. And that makes sense with this progression energy too. If you got one card and then two card and then three card, and then you got one card again. But I feel like that's more underlying energy. I don't feel like this is a repeating pattern energy as much as it is things, they see things building. Okay, this is a good start. Where are things going to go? Kind of energy. The number one card up here is the not star card. 19 is the sun card. Brightness, light, victory. They're feeling good. They're feeling bright. The future's so bright. I got to wear shades. Tell you, there must be something going on in the music world because they've just been playing all these 80s songs in my head all since Thursday night when I started this portion of readings for this weekend. But the future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. So interesting. Let's see what they feel here. But very bright, very, um, you know, they're looking forward to. It's like the sun. Oh, look, the sun is rising. They're looking for the sun to get brighter over, as things progress, right? Yeah, we got the base root chakra here. Didn't we get that with someone else earlier? And we've got emotional loss. Yeah. So we've got this number of change here. The 5 is this, there is that energy of, um, the root chakra is actually where all, of course, our private part energy is. And so there's a lot of that, you know, that's how I share my emotion is through passion, is doing that. Hey, they love me. What can I say? They're attracted to you. That's what I've been with this morning and this one. I feel like they care about you, but they really only express themselves mostly through intimacy and physical attraction. It's like they both have this I guard my emotional energy, which tells us something. And whether, some way, somehow, if this resonates for you, because I know when I looked at my relationships, almost when they were all over already, um, it was like, what do they have all in common, and what was that telling me about me? In what ways do I hide my emotions and act out of passion, like attraction and energetic and physical attraction, and I hold my emotions back, you know, if that resonates, because it just feels like there's a pattern, a little bit of a pattern that's there. Why do I keep attracting these guys that, you know, want the Humpty Dumpty, but don't want to um, invest in the wall? I don't know. Well, that's right. I don't know what all that means, but I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. So it's like, okay, how am I not loving? And you can look at that as myself. How am I not loving myself, and giving myself the love that I deserve? But I only give myself action and movement. Um, so that's what I do for myself, is a lot of activity, but do I give myself love, or do I just give myself motion and activity? That might be something to look at, if that resonates, of course. Let's see what number 3 is for this one, though. Yeah, we got truth, sorry, with the judgment card, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is being by oneself, independent energy. And we have Ace of Cups, which is self-love begins. It says love begins, but the Ace of Cups is ourself, especially with this energy here. I feel like it goes this direction, but like this morning, I kind of feel like you're like, I don't want to continue to do what I've always done and get what I've always got. And I feel like you choose, I'd rather be by myself and give myself this love. I'm ready to give to me and give me the love I'm looking for, because I'm the one I've been looking for all my life, right? It's a kind of energy here. So I feel like, they kind of fall back into old patterns, old habits here. What's this underlying energy? Yeah, deception and envy. So there is some lying, deceit. It is a combination of, we're aware of my old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that cheated me out of opportunities, but it also is reflected in the outside world of someone who is dishonest, because they're not honest with themselves. How can they be honest with you? And also vice versa. If we're not honest with ourselves, how can we be truly honest to others? We might think we're being honest, but are we? You know, some interesting energy with this, but they seem happy right now, and they're like, whoa, Humpty Dumpty. I don't know where that came from. Is that another song? I don't know. I'm hearing the get up, get down. That, and they had that the weird sound in this song. I swear they're playing music in my head. I don't know what's going on. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here too, because this is weird. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, you got new beginnings. Here's the caterpillars you're leaving behind, and you're like, bye. uh, I tell you what. Card 42. Let's see what else we have here for you. It's time to leave the old life behind and focus on implementing new ideas and new connections into your life. Don't overthink or ask the wrong people for their opinion. This will only create roadblocks on your path. Those who genuinely love and support you will naturally cheer on your growth and change. If you are open to new opportunities, the universe will meet you halfway and bring them to you in an unexpected ways. Do not cling to outworn ideas or old versions of yourself. You're no longer the person you used to be. The doors to a brand new future are wide open and inviting you in. Trust this opportunity and venture forward confidently. You will evolve beyond your wildest expectations. Wow. Bye, everybody. You're like, uh, I'm not going to do the things my old would want to do. You're just not that person anymore. That's why I feel like you're already, like you said, they're reminding me earlier today, you had said, I already hear the countdown for the lightning bolt. You're already like, I like these guys, but what is it? I like the awareness you had this morning. What is it that I like about it? It's how I feel when I'm around them. It's how they treat me, but I don't need them to feel this way. I can treat myself this way. And then I don't attach my worth to whether people do or don't do that because I'm treating myself that way. And if they don't, I'm like, all right, I don't care. Doesn't change me. So interesting. So I love that for you. That's what they have for you. Sean G, so many blessings to you. That's right, right? It's not them, it's the reflection of the feeling. Because all that happens in here, right? Boom, look out. All right. I love that for you. All right, dear. Good to see you again. Thank you again for your donation. So appreciative. All right, Maria P, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And then up after, oops, I didn't post that yet. After you, we will have Miss K, and then Flo, you'll be up after that. All right, there we go. So Maria, thank you so much for your donation via the PayPal. Let's take a look here at your questions. Let me take a quick sip here. Cheers, everybody. So Walter's feelings and thoughts right now. Check in with their energies here. Feelings, the thoughtsness. And then is he wanting to continue your relationship? So we'll see if anything's changed from this morning, right? Is there something that's making him stress from you? Okay, look at that here. And we'll talk about it probably when we get to that too, but I can't make anyone do anything, feel any way. I just, whatever you do just is. They're the ones that create the story, the emotion. That all happens inside of them. So it's like your water, they're the ice machine. Whatever you're pouring emotional water into them, whatever the ice machine does happens in there. It's not you, right? It just happens in there. That's not, you pouring water in a lot gives them an opportunity to make great ice cubes or weird ice cubes or whatever, right? But so I feel like it's important for you to know where the responsibility lies, and not to feel like, oh, I'm making them feel a certain way. No, they're choosing to feel a certain way, and that's their choice. You can't control that in either case. Updates on the dark side here. What else? Okay. All right. And what is he up to today? Whoops. All right. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Their thoughts, no, their feelings were first. Yeah, they've got here the Six of Pentacles, which says on here material and spiritual prosperity. But the Six of Pentacles is the giving and receiving, the codependency, the equal giving and receiving. So with their emotions, they're wanting this emotional balance, because I'm seeing the emotional scales. They're wanting things to balance out. That's what's on their heart, is I don't like it when we're at odds, or when we're emotionally out of balance. It makes them very unsettled. So they're really focusing on this feeling of imbalance between you guys right now. Um, Thoughts that are here. Yeah. Five of Swords, conflicts and defeat. So, yeah. And this makes a lot of sense, right? They don't like confrontation. They don't like arguing and stuff. That's why they stayed so long with the dragon, because I don't like getting burned by fire. I don't like getting in fights. So I withdraw. Because I don't like it. It really is uncomfortable for them. So they're unsettled with what's, you know, going on right now. And understandably so, right? There's fears that are activated, and so we're, oh no, I don't want to, they're very connected with you and enjoy being with you. So I feel like that's where we're at here. Let's go into the second question, which is he wanting to continue the relationship? Yeah, we got the crown shock right here, which is, you know, wanting to see things from this higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love, which it does very much feel like a positive energy, because it's the higher vibrational energy. And they're wanting what's best for themselves and you. And I feel like that's where they're conflicted, because, and that takes us to the second question: is there something going on between the two of you that, you're asking, are my actions creating conflict or anything within them? What's going on with all that, right? We'll take a look here, because I feel like there's this energy of, I don't like upsetting people, and if someone keeps being impacted, see, this is their thinking, right? That they're impacted by what I'm doing, then I want to shrink and I want to go away, because I don't want to be responsible for other people's emotional states. Same thing with you, right? What wonderful mirrors you are for each other. I don't want to make you feel bad either. Well, I don't want to make you feel bad. Well, let's just stop choosing to feel bad, and let's choose to communicate. Let's choose to work things out and around, find out why I'm conflicted. You find out why you're conflicted. Let me share what's going on inside of me, not going, you made me feel this way, and them going, you made me feel this way. Because what does that do? Two hissing cats equal a cat fight. Two purring cats. Well, I'm not going to talk about what that brings, but it brings harmony, right? Let's see here. We have choices in the outside world with the Two of Pentacles, and we have, temptations in the outside world. A lot of jealousy here. This, distrust. This, make a choice. And I don't feel like you've given him an ultimatum, but that's the kind of energy that's coming in. You either need to do this, you know. It's like you either need to. This is what's funny. So beginning, you either the cat goes or I go. Which one is going to go? And when you're faced with an ultimatum, no one likes that, right? And I feel like there's energy that they're feeling inside of them, whether you're doing it or not. I feel like they feel like there's that, you need to choose energy, and you need to, pick one of us now. you know you need to leave that situation and choose me, or you're making a choice. I feel like that's what's going on in there, whether you're doing that or not. To see how that works is that no matter what you do or don't do, there's this whole story playing out. No matter what he does or doesn't do, or anyone, we have all these stories. Oh, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, until we calm down, go into our inward and upward, then we're able to see things more clearly from our higher selves, not from our human self. Our human self doesn't see things clearly at all because it's looking through smudgy, dirty glasses of our whole upbringing. We don't see things. It's like Mr. Magoo. You remember Mr. Magoo in the cartoons? Driving like this, going over bridges, going through things. It's like we don't see that we're all Mr. Magoo. That's funny. What else is going on here with that? Yeah, we got the patience and planning. Seven of Pentacles. They're very patient with this. Yeah, with the Four of Pentacles, the home and solidity in the outside world, because they understand that, that they have to make these choices, but they're also they're very slow, very patient, as we talked before, taking this little step by little step, trying to get a firm foundation in the outside world, right? Which um, is what irritates you. Come on, fast, fast, move, move, cut, cut. And they're like, no, I gotta like slowly. I'm slowly taking the Band-Aid off. And you're like, no, just take it off. And they're like, the pain, like you don't have a hairy arm like I do. When you rip off a Band-Aid, it doesn't hurt like when it takes off this whole thing of, hair along with it. It's like getting a waxing. No. So there is that going on between it. So I feel like that's where they experience the stress inside of them. But stress comes from fear, and that's their fear that creates the stress, right? Because like if I have my self-love and I'm working on leaving a situation, and someone else, if you were, saying, you need to hurry up, you need to hurry up, you need to hurry up, I'd be like, I've got to do it this way. This is the way I feel I need to do it. I'm sorry. I don't want it to stress you out, but I have to do it this way so I feel comfortable. I'm not going to be stressed about it from you if I am okay with what I'm doing on the inside. But if I'm afraid, like, if I don't do what you want me to do, you're going to abandon me like everyone else, then I'm going to be stressed out. But that's all happening in here, not out there, right? So enough of that. Updates on the dark side. Boom. Yeah, we've got the Hermit card here. So oh, that's nice. I love that. So this is they're thinking about that Hermit energy. We've been talking about it. This really amplifies them, to think about what do I want and how soon and what does this look like. It just puts sometimes we could use a little fire under our butt to get things moving. Because if it's too comfortable, then we just stay with the way things are. But there's a little more uncomfortability, aka with you sharing, that honoring your reputation, what people think of me, um, blah 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 blah, that they're like, oh, okay, if that makes sense. It's just, it feels like there's a fire more under their butt now, to do that. So, um, and what is he up to today? Yeah, we got the High Priestess. A lot of thinking, a lot of reflection with the High Priestess here, and yeah, a lot of the Five of Cups, emotional loss. Um, they're pouting, not pouting, but they're they're embracing their lower vibrational emotional choices. As I used to say, they're drowning in the quagmire of their despair. So and it makes sense. I mean, we've got this Pisces, full moon lunar eclipse tomorrow, so that emotional energy is just, whoa, it's just pouring out, so that's there anyway. That's doing all this. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. But I just feel like they're reflecting on everything, and that they're really wallowing in their emotions. And that's okay. That's their choice to experience that. And when they're ready to experience something else, they can. That's not your responsibility. You get to choose your emotions. Yay. All right. Your fortune cookie is there is always a solution. There always is through your little maze of relationship there. You can truly say, my relationship is amazing. Uh, there's never anything to worry about unless you want to worry, right? Let's see what this says. There's always a solution. You may feel your heart's desire is blocked or out of your reach. Nothing is further from the truth. There are many new possibilities and creative solutions you have yet to consider. Brainstorm with positive, solution seeking others for new ideas. Ask your divine helpers for inspiration. You're not stuck or backed into a corner. This is your opportunity to leave habitual ways of seeing things behind and tap into your intuition and creativity. Think outside the box and don't figure something out alone. The new ideas you come up with now will serve you beyond the present moment and lead you into a more empowered way of engaging with life. I like that because that is, it's getting out of that box of the supposed to and the expectations and stuff, right? And I like that. It really stood out. Don't try to solve things in your relationship alone. If it's a relationship, then we talk about, let's talk about what's at the root of of these conflicts that we have. What's at the root of it? And what solutions can we brainstorm to work through this, right? It's like, all right, I'll start, well, I I feel like um where I would like our relationship to go, it'll never go there because I feel like, and not that this is true, but I feel like what my little inner child is saying, you're never going to leave over there. You're never going to choose me. And that goes back to my childhood of me not feeling chosen in different ways, right? And then it being rippled out through my life where I didn't feel chosen. And that's why this sparks within me is because I don't feel chosen by you when you're still there. And that's something I want to work on within myself. So when when you hear me doing this, what can be a message? How can he help you off the ledge? You tell him how he can help you when he recognizes it. I like that kind of thing and then see where they're coming from. Let's help each other get out, not go down into our dark spaces, right? As soon as we see, hey, you're headed off into the basement. um, are you sure you want to do that? Remember, da 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 da. And you're like, oh my gosh, thank you. Instead of us, because when in a scary movie, I hear a noise in the basement. Don't go down there. You remember, down there is Jason, or down there is whoever the scary creature is, right? So I like that for you. So that is what they have for you, my dear. Hopefully that helps. But there's never anything to worry about in a relationship unless we want to worry about things. Then our mind will find all sorts of things to worry about. Um, every moment we have an opportunity to go into worry, and because that's really fear, I can fear all sorts of stuff in anything, in relationship situations, whatever. Or I can choose to, instead of using that energy to grow poison berries, I can use the energy to grow healthy berries. And this will be yum, 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 yum. That's bleh, making me sick, giving me diarrhea, whatever. Wow, this energy today. Spirit guides are, I guess it's the eclipse energy. They're all partying. But so hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right, Miss K, you are up. Thank you guys for your patience in getting to your readings. Let's grab that down here. Let's give that a love and a like here. All right. And then after this will be Flow. Oh, and then Crescent Moon will circle back around for you as well. Thank you. Just come in here. So, Miss K, why does your Taurus coworker want to help you at work? I know, right? Inquiring minds want to know. Let's see what we got here. Let me just take another sip here. Maybe that wasn't vitamin C I put in my tea. It was a white powder. I'm just kidding. I have never done drugs. I don't judge anybody for it, but whenever I got offered to it growing up, and I didn't get offered growing up, I got it more offered when, like in my mid 20s, I was like, and it was when I was connecting to spirit world, I was like, if I did drugs, I did have a fear back then that I would see dead people. I wasn't ready to see dead people. Maybe the vitamin C has an effect on me. I don't know. Or it might be spiritual energy. I don't know. But let's take a look here, Miss K. Enough about me and my hallucinations I think I'm about to start seeing, or maybe I will suddenly see dead people today. All right. Let's see what we got here, Miss K. So, we do have the Two of Cups. Well, important. It's an important relationship, so they do want to help you at work because they care, and I feel like it could be a love language of theirs that when people do things for them or help them out and do things, that shows them that they're loved, and they're trying to show you that they care about you through this with this Two of Cups. Interesting that they bring in service, the five languages of love, service. That's how they show people that they care. Interesting. Let's see what else here. You got two sets of three. The first set of three. Yeah, you got the 7, which is deception and envy, along with the Emperor energy here. This is funny. And then the 5 of Wands, obstacles and challenges. It's interesting because how this is coming through is it's all, it's, the deception is I'm doing this with ulterior motives, right? I'm not doing it to help you. I'm doing it to try to remove obstacles between you and me. I'm trying to, this is my way of trying to move forward because this is Aries energy of the Emperor to try to initiate removing some blocks between you and me. For some reason, they feel like there is this barrier that's between the two of you, and this is their way of trying to um, way roundabout underhanded way to connect with you. Let's see what the other set of 3 cards is here too. Yeah, we've got the Temptation with the Devil card here. This is work. Saturn, Capricorn rules over the work. Let's see what else we have here. Patience and planning. 7 of Pentacles. Their plan to slowly wear you down. And the 4 of Pentacles in the physical world. So there is a lot of this. I want to help you at work so that there can be another connection they have with you. But it does feel like there's this slowly just trying to move closer in the way that they know how. I just, for some reason, whenever we talk about this Taurus, I don't know why they show me a picture of like a boy who was raised on a farm who doesn't have a whole lot of social um whole lot of social experience, or what do they call it? Social skills, I guess, where they know how to do things. They're like, I'm used to interacting with goats and cows and chickens, and it's like, oh, is that why you do what you do? Let's see here. Romantic rituals of chickens. How, what are you doing? But but I feel like this is their attempt to connect with you more, um, and to it's like they don't know how to really go about approaching people and getting to know people a whole lot. I feel like they're just kind of never felt that. Whenever they tried when they were younger, they were ridiculed, so they didn't do that. Oh, you understand that awkwardness between you? Yeah, and so I feel like they're trying to break down some barriers to try to, you know, get to know you more, and to try to show you in different ways that they do care, but I just feel like suck at it. That's just the truth here. Let's see what your fortune cookie says too here. Yeah, we've got the wait. Wait for the eggs to hatch. There's the chicken eggs. No, I'm just kidding. 28. Let's see what we got here. Says your higher self encourages you to lighten up and see the positive in your life. Take full advantage of the love and support, and allow your fears to ease. The past is over, and your inner work will continue to bear beneficial fruit in the coming days. Let your worries go, as they will not evolve into real troubles. You are safe and secure, and will continue to be so. Fill your body and heart with the light of your spirit, and let this light shine out all around you. This will quickly attract even more support and opportunity. Smile both inside and out. This opens the curtains of the heart and lets your heart-centered power flow freely. Have a good laugh. All is well. I love that. So just wait and see what hatches. I like that kind of go with the flow, see how things unfold, not have expectations, because when we focus on expectations of how someone is supposed to act and not act, what they're supposed to do or not do, then we focus on, you know all the stuff that's not happening, and we get more of that, right? And when we focus, like it says, happy, when I focus on the gratitude for who someone is, what they do, how they do come across, it's like, it's cute that they're trying that, instead of going, they're not doing it right. It's like, they're so cute in that they go about it this way, and I'm just going to go with it and see where this goes, and have that lighter energy around it as well. I feel is what the cards kind of are sharing, but it's interesting, right? Right. Well, that's what they have for you, Miss K. So enjoy the unique, we'll call it the unique approach the Taurus is taking. Go, that is interesting. All right. You know what? I'm just going to enjoy my moments. All right. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All righty. Then we have Flo. You are up next. Thank you for your donation. Let's give you your timestamp down here. And let's see, it lets me give you a love and a like here, so we will. You're welcome, Miss K. All right. So, Flo, hello. You just came back home from the hangout. Oh, with E that you told me about. She fine. Anyway, how does she feel about you now, and what does she want from you? Let's spill all the tea. All right. Well, let's see what's going on here. All right. So let's take a quick sip here and then dive into the tea. All right. All right, here we go. So, how does she feel about you now that you guys have met? Okay. And what does she want from me? All right, thank you. All right, we do want these. We want this one and this one and this one as well. And this one and this one. All right. All right, all right, all right. It's funny, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Leo energy, which is all about, Leos are generally fine looking people, with their beautiful manes of hair. So that's funny. Um, but we'll see what this is all about here. So, first of all, how does she feel about you now? Yeah, we got the waiting game. Have the Two of Wands. So they are Two of Wands is like, now I'm planning for what's next. Let's see what's underneath here too. Yeah, and this is funny. I think of the Emperor with the planning, because when I decide what I want, and then I put a plan together, and that's the putting the plan together. Then I take action toward it. Kind of energy there. So I'm going to close my blinds. The sun is going down earlier and earlier. Um, so I do feel like they're trying to figure out what they do want. And that Leo energy is they want to lead, they want to guide, which is great, right? That's new, right? You're like, I'm going to let them lead. I'm going to let them initiate, because in the past you were always the one that had to make all the decisions, right? That or things didn't do anything. So I like this. Like, all right, ball's still in their court, right? They knock the ball in your court saying, hey, do you want to go out and hang out? Let's go talk. Click. All right, I did. Click. All right, now what? Leave it up to them, I feel, is coming in here. And then what does she want from you? We have here the Seven of Cups. Got all these emotional energies. I like this choose wisely. And I feel like there's, just a little bit, not like before, where it felt like emotionally unstable energy, right? The Seven of Cups feels like they just have a lot of emotions that they're feeling, um, that they want to do here. There is a 1, 2, 3 progression here. Let's see what this is. They've got a lot of different emotions they're feeling. We got the Nine of Swords, suffering in silence, the Nine of Swords, with the Three of Pentacles, recognition and renewal. Three of Pentacles energy is, I want to be true to myself and be myself, but I have fears too. So they're facing their fears. Like, they've got these emotions. They have an idea of that they want to move forward, I feel, with all this, but their fears that held them back before is what they've been working on to try to step beyond and go forward. I'm not sure if they shared with you that they've been doing some sort of therapy, whether it's reading books or actually seeing a therapist. So I'm just pulling up my socks here. But it feels like they've been working on being true to their authentic self and allowing themselves to shine, and working through their fears. So I like that for them here, which is leading to the next three, which is memories of love, the Six of Cups, with patience, yay, which is the Temperance in the major arcana, and the Four of Wands, foundation and adventures. It's also the marriage card, but let's not jump ahead, right? But I feel like they want to build a solid foundation and slowly build toward this, but I feel like with the Six of Cups, this is equal emotion. It's past emotion, but past life emotion too, which I feel like you guys do have these past life connections that really draw in strongly underneath the subconscious levels, right? You just naturally felt a draw to each other, and it's just this comfortability, like you've known someone for centuries, right? Because you guys have even longer than that, but in human form, centuries. Um, in different aspects, different types. It hasn't always been lovers or whatever. It's been different characters that you've played in different human movies, adventures in the past. Let's see what else they have here as well. You've got Destiny, yeah. So you've got the 10, the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. This is for both of you. You've got the 10, then the 11, which is the Justice card, which is learning and growing, seeing things from a different perspective, letting old expectations, small teachers rooted in fear, um, go away. And the Seven of Swords, too, which is the letting our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have cheated us out of opportunities to let those go, to get out of the stories of the past and the stories that we've had so that we can see things from that different perspective here. But there is a lot of destiny, a lot of fated energy that's coming in here for you guys. That doesn't necessarily mean it's fated that you'll be together forever, kind of energy that I'm having here. Doesn't mean that you can't, though. I just feel like it's not in stone for either of you to have to be in a fated relationship. But I do feel like this is one of the relationships that you guys could end up together in with this. Let's see what your fortune cookie says to you here in a sec. Let me just put all these cards back in here. So I do feel like they're deciding and planning, and so I feel like you should hear from them very soon. It was great hanging out. I'd love to do it again soon. Would you want to go do da 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 da? Or they might just kind of. It's so funny. I can't say that on YouTube, but so they're going to test the waters a bit and try to find out, how do you feel about them now, and did they get the green lights that they were wanting to try to move forward a little bit more? Yeah, embrace your inner guidance. Send them a dove with a message or a pigeon. It was pigeons, right? Send them a pigeon with a message. Let's see what this is here. Says you have a fully functioning, reliable sixth sense. Trust your inner guidance and no longer resist or question it. This is not the time to get trapped in your head, trying to figure things out to avoid mistakes. Your inner guidance offers insights that your logical, not local, I said local, not loco, your crazy brain, your logical brain isn't even aware of. Furthermore, don't worry about how to explain the decisions to trust your vibes to others. You don't have to explain your choice to anyone. Most won't understand or agree with you anyway. It's a big decision to fully trust your inner guidance, but once you do, you become the empowered authority and leader of your life instead of blindly following others. The more you trust your vibes right now, even if it feels risky and unfamiliar, the better things will flow your way. We had flow yesterday too. Flow, 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 flow. So there you go, flow. Go with the flow. I like it. But trust your gut, trust your instinct, not your, you know, overexcited human heart or your human brain, but go inward and trust that gut, that instinct, because it's guiding you. So I like that. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. Crescent Moon, we are circling back around for you. Thank you for your additional donation here. All right. Whoops. Come on, mouse. There we go. All right. So thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like. Wow, wow, wow. Deep dive follow-up, right? So many things were said. So Spirit mentioned their residence will be changing. And to change and where the new residence will be. Like, yeah, we can definitely do that. Thanks. So sweet. I do feel like because they have two things happening, right? They have one is change of job, right? The other one is this change of relationship. And I don't know if they were living, it feels like they were living with someone, either romantic at first that turned into we're staying together for financial purposes for now, or it became kind of existing together, not living together. But with this person is the one that's moving away, the obstacle that's being moved out of the way. And because of that, they're like, well, the lease is up. I don't want to, pay for this big of a place. I don't need this kind of place. Or it was in their name and they're selling it, or the other person's name, or it was a friend they were staying with and the friend's leaving. Whatever this situation is with, it just feels like that's changing. Whoever was cohabitating together, whatever, they're like going different ways, or the person's moving, but we'll get more details here. But that's what I was picking up from the original one. But we'll dive deeper here. So we'll confirm why the change in residence will be needed. Thank you. Anything else about that? Nope. All right. Got 2 cards for that. And then, and where will the new residence be? Is it going to be loco or somewhere else? I feel like I want this here. I do want those. I want this here too. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh. So the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Swords. Moving on. Do you think they're moving residences? Could be. Moving on. But the 6 of Swords is about with the change of mindsets, leaving old things behind, moving into a new direction. And when this changes, then it changes in the outside world. But there is that moving on. I just feel like that's mainly a confirmation that, confirming that residence is changing. And the why, can you confirm the why? Yeah, we have the Justice card here. And the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups, emotional withdrawal. The 8 of Cups is normally someone walking away from something that no longer serves them, right? A person or a relationship that doesn't serve. So there is a change of relationship. There is this separation of an individual. So that confirms that for us, right? This Justice card with balance, because that is kind of like the 6 of Swords. It's about seeing things from a higher perspective that balances out the scales of justice they normally have, but it's seeing things differently. And I feel like they're looking at this opportunity as a fresh start to get out of where they were. But it's like either they can take over the lease, or they can rent it from the person, or buy it from the person, and they're like, no, I'm just going to go to different kind of place. Let's see where that is here with all these cards of where is this? Where's this new place, right? We've got the base chakra, the root chakra here. We got the accelerated emotion. Here's that 8 of Wands again with the job energy. And the rest and rejuvenate, which this is the 4 of Swords. So it's a restful, low maintenance place. This feels very, with a combination, these 3 cards came out together, because rooted is like, I heard like my home base. And with this accelerated emotion is I'm not going to be home a lot, as much as I am now, because I feel like they travel a lot in this new position. They will go visit, clients and different things. And this rest and rejuvenate is this is where I come back to rest and rejuvenate. It's my 4 walls of peace. It's my little temple. But it does feel here, because it's just a home base, that they're not looking at it. They're looking at it more as a place to come back to, that's comfortable, that's small, that they're like, why pay for something really big if I'm not going to be in it every day? Like, they might even travel like 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days out of the week sometimes. And so they're like, I'll be back, you know. Sometimes they'll come back, and it all depends on what like their client schedule. I'm just saying this again. I'm going to have to keep a calendar of my clients, because ADD, they have to know exactly what their schedule is. So I like that, but I do feel like it's still in the area. I don't feel like it's another state. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, because we've got spiritual union, 2 of Cups. They've got a lot of important relationships in the city where they live now. So, and I'm assuming that's where you live too. You would be one. But there's this, I do feel like that is their motivation, is it's because they know people and they have important relationships, where this is at. Let's see what else we have here. 2. Yeah, we got the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and the suffering in silence, the 9 of Swords. Yeah, and this makes sense. This 9 is this hermit's energy, and one is emotional dreams come true, and the other is the fear of being alone, of suffering in silence. So they don't want to move and have it somewhere. It's like they could live anywhere, I feel like, with this job, as long as it doesn't even matter. They're like, well, if it takes you an hour to get to the airport, that's your problem, not ours. Um, but So they could live anywhere with this job. I feel like they're getting, because it's all remote. They don't have like you have to come into the main office all the time. You just have to come in for the training and for the get-togethers, and sometimes business and sales meetings and stuff. But a lot of it they do virtual and remote. So they could be anywhere, but I feel like that's their deciding factor, is that I don't want to feel like I'm alone in a city. I want, because I feel like they'll spend a lot of their weekends home. Um, I feel like it's near an airport, so they can zip off on a Monday morning, take an early morning, crack a dawn flight if they need to, or a red eye in the late evening on Sunday to get off to their places to go visit their clients and stuff. And some will be um, mobile, like nearby, where they can drive to it too. But let's see what else they have here. Yeah. So it's all up to them with the Emperor energy. They could live anywhere. But I feel like where they're going to live is local still, because they've got a lot of contacts and a lot of people that are there as well. Interesting. So hopefully that gives you what you were looking for there. That's what they got for you there. So many blessings. Thank you again for your additional donation. And I do believe that is the end of the donations for now. So since I put these cards back in, I'll go grab the free readings here, and we'll start into some free readings here momentarily. Let me just scroll up and I'll grab them here. See how many we have. Look at those. We did those. We did those. Wow. I don't think let me just make sure I don't have any others. I think we just might be you, Lydia, right now. I know my free readings have lightened up here. You're very welcome, Crescent Moon, because I wasn't getting to a lot of them, but it's gotten a little lighter with donations, so I have an opportunity to get to them. So it might be a short night on a Saturday night. Could be the moon, too. Everyone's out doing their moon rituals. All right. So, Lydia, here's your timestamp. Boom. All right. So, I want to know, what does JLR think about you when he thinks about you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Let's PG this, though. Well, we'll think. Maybe it's not that kind of response here, but do I want... Well, since I have one free reading, I'm just going to grab all 4 of these. Let's see what we have going on here. Might just be 2 and 2 together anyway. Got, what is that? The 5 of Pentacles and the Suffering and Silence. Yeah, these 2 are together. These are their fears. Fears of lack, fears of not being enough, being left behind, fear of abandonment, being left out in the cold. Kind of energies. So they've got a lot of that, I don't know, which is like, I don't know if I'm enough for you. I don't know. I think I would disappoint you. I don't know this. I don't know that. There's a lot of this energy that comes in. And they are trying to see things from a different perspective with the Hangman, which is the sacrifice card here. And the 8 of Wands, accelerated motion. So I feel like they are making movement with that transformation of wanting to make a change, wanting to act on their passions, on their attraction, or taking action towards you if it's not a romantic type of relationship that you're looking into here. But there is that energy, that they've got a lot of abandonment issues from when they were younger in life that hold them back from moving forward, hold them back for, taking actions, doing those types of things as well. So I feel like eventually, it doesn't feel like super quick, like in the next few weeks or something, that they're going to have this epiphany and go, I'm going to act on this. But I wouldn't, when we're in this beautiful eclipse energy of change and endings and beginnings, we can make great progress, especially with a Pisces full moon, of leaving things behind. But I wouldn't bet on it, but it's always possible that it's going to be faster than weeks away before they would actually act on it, because they've got some significant fears of abandonment, and not being enough, and not, being a disappointment to people kind of energy that comes in with that too. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Lydia. That's what they have for you there, my dear. Let me just do one last pass here. Last call. If I don't have any others, we'll be shutting down the session. I'm so grateful, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this amazing full moon Pisces energy that we got going on. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of energies. We got Virgo on either side, 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, Virgo new moons that are kind of book ending. Is what they call it, bookends, bookending the, full moon lunar eclipse we have tonight. Now, the next one, 2 weeks from now, is new moon in Virgo, but it's a solar eclipse on there. So it's a bit more, powerful than the new moon we had a couple weeks ago. But it's the second Virgo new moon. So it's a black new moon. Interesting, right? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just a barrel of information. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for tonight. We are good to go. Enjoy your rest. Get some good sleep. Spend some good alone time connecting to your heart And until I see you guys again, I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So you guys take care. We'll see you soon.